And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on The Metal Experience.
Woo! We just heard Disclaimer from Atlanta is Burning, and that's off their new EP called Ashes. Thanks to them, guys and gal, for sending us a digital copy. Morgan did not share that with me yet, that jerk. And then we also heard Of Talons and Teeth, brand new off the upcoming Impuritize CD by Reaping Asmodea. They have a music video out for that, Morgan?
They do.
Is that the one I watched?
It's on YouTube. It's pretty graphic. So if you're
actually,
queasy,
it's very graphic.
If you're queasy when it comes to like guts and
or
pulling out nails and teeth and
if
blood,
if you're queefy when it comes
I
to
suggest
guts,
not watching it if you're not into that. But I would suggest watching it because it's pretty fucking awesome.
It's sweet.
Though
yeah.
I did cover my eyes a few times.
Sissy. Well, anyway, I am Luco Blaze with Morgan Danielle, the chin hair of knowledge. We got Charlie hanging out over here with us.
What's up?
Charlie, shh. You're freaking everyone out. I'm joking. And tonight with us for their first time we have Bloodletter. Oh, okay. Oh, hey guys. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves, what you do in the band, and if no one's missing, right? This is the group.
I'm not here.
Okay.
Damn.
Pete's not here.
Yeah, I know,
So
right?
introduce yourselves. What you do in the band?
I'm Pete. I do lead vocals and play guitar,
Pete's not here, man.
but still not
You
here.
anyone see Pete?
I know.
Who? What's this voice? Where's it coming from?
God.
I'm Tanner. I play bass.
I'm Zach. I play lead drums.
I'm Pat. I play guitar.
Right?
Yeah.
You didn't sound very sure.
I don't know. It's got some strings and like made
I
out
think
of
that's a guitar.
wood.
I think
and,
that's a drum set.
That's a violin, right?
okay. Lead cello.
You lead cello.
Damn.
Okay. Sweet.
That'd be awesome.
Well, thank you guys for coming out on a Tuesday night, rocking out with us. And you know what? Let's get right in
The
there.
brass tacks.
Brass tacks. Bloodletter. How'd you guys come up with that name?
Well,
I knew we were going to start off with tough questions.
Diablo.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Tough
Pretty
ones.
much. Yeah. There isn't really a cool answer other than that. One of the best video games ever, Diablo 2, gave Zach and I like all of the inspiration we needed for the early ideas of the band because we're nerds and killing shit with swords and magic and blowing stuff up on a computer is pretty rad. So, yeah. What did we do? We looked at like a bunch of different items and just kind of split the name or something and thought of something that looked cool or sounded cool or
Yeah,
whatever.
we just kind of picked out weapons and we're like, yeah, this sounds fucking cool.
I think we had like a list of like 40 ideas originally, and we're just like, which one is the most metal? And then Zach's like, we should just go with Bloodletter. I think that's pretty much how it happened.
Might as well have been.
Probably.
Do you guys remember any of the terrible ones?
I wish.
Oh man, I bet if I could find it in my house, I would. I've got a list of it somewhere, like a picture of it on my computer on a hard drive, and some of the band names are so cringeworthy. I feel like I'm clenching now just thinking about it.
I know Animal Mother was one of them.
That was your idea, wasn't it?
That was my idea.
Oh, that was actually
Animal
Mother. Yes. Yeah. I don't know. They obviously weren't our band name because they were all probably really cringeworthy, and I'm feeling a panic attack coming on now.
It's
thinking
repressed
about it.
memories by now.
Repressed memories.
So when did you guys? Okay, how did you guys all meet? When did this come into fruition? How did Bloodletter come to be?
It's kind of started as a joke. Zach and I were in a punk band before this one that kind of fell apart pretty abruptly, which sucked. And then Zach and I were just talking about we should still jam on some stuff. And Zach and I both really liked bands like Toxic Holocaust, Slayer, for obvious reasons because they rule.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we originally were going to do I guess we were going to go for a gimmicky kind of thing, just what's the most obnoxious, offensive crap we could write as a thrash band, put it to music, and just run with it.
Yeah,
and
for a while we were talking about throwing blood on people and stuff.
oh, yeah, we just wanted to, super graphic, what Guar and Watain do, at their shows, but just dumber. Or Well, I mean, Guar's pretty epic, but there's really no more epic than that. But so we were just thinking, like, what gimmicky kind of shit could we come up with? And then we realized it was just he and I doing it, and we needed somebody to play bass, and that's where I met this handsome bearded Viking next to me, Tanner.
So, what year?
23rd. Well, we started goofing around in 2012 with music, and then 2013 was when Tanner came into the fold, and that's when it became a thing.
Okay.
And then
Well, how did you two meet, Zach and Pete? The Zach and Pete attack.
I was coming back from school and got asked to audition for the band that he was playing in, and just kind of met up with him and tried out for that band, and then, yeah, that was about it.
pretty much, I just kept hearing about my buddy Matt was like, oh, yeah, I got this buddy of mine, Zach. You know, he played drums. He's pretty good. Like, I haven't seen him play in a while or heard him play in a while, but I'm pretty sure he'd be a good fit. He's a cool dude. And then turns out he was the opposite of a dick. And
Nice.
we became fast friends from there, and then started writing riffs in my mom's basement. And
Riffage.
wrote a couple tunes, and then needed to finish filling out the lineup.
So Tanner came along.
Yep. I was in a band with Zach also, a punk band. And yeah. And then that also kind of abruptly fell apart. And I've known Zach since we went to high school together. And then he asked me to join this band.
Boom. The rest is history.
Pretty much.
All right. So then, Pat. How did Pat?
Well, actually, first met these dudes when I played a show with them in my other band, down at the Elbow Room, actually, in Chicago.
That was, like March 2014.
Yeah, that was actually, wasn't that your first
That was
show?
our first show
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah, so I met them at that show. You know, my band and their band, we all hit it off. You know, a bunch of cool dudes, so, you know, we just hung out with them, started.
Bunch of cool dudes.
Cool dudes.
Cool dudes. Yeah.
So, you know, we've been hanging out and, you know, playing shows since then. And then when Jason moved all the way to California, they needed
Jason
to...
Milbank, previous
Ju-
lead guitarist.
Yes,
California.
the one
Yep.
and only.
The gummy bear of Candy Cornea is what I like to call him.
So he moved out west, and then they needed somebody to, you know, fill the spot. And
Yeah, the audition process was rigorous. It started with one candidate. It ended at one candidate.
You're in.
Yeah. We were just like, who do we know that's a total weirdo that isn't a douche and shreds? And all of us just kind of looked at each other like, oh, what about Pat? He rules. And, yeah,
yep, still unnecessarily nervous about it.
whatever.
Still auditioning.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so Pat, when did you join the band?
I would say just this past July.
Okay.
So July 2016. It's hasn't been all that long, but you know we've
Still the newbie.
still the newbie,
Still
in
the
the hazing
newbie.
process,
Still
so to
the-
speak.
Oh
What
no.
hazing? What hazing?
Oh, you know.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know what happens when I leave practice.
I know.
Zach knows.
Zach knows.
Zach's the dungeon master. He knows.
Well, why don't we go ahead and you guys brought a bunch of music for us to play tonight. I kind of want to introduce the world to you guys. Bloodletter. What did you guys bring tonight for us to play?
We just back in was it June of 2016? I think it's June. I'm gonna go with June. June of 2016. We came out with our self-titled EP. It's our third EP. It's just a nice wide variety of tunes, sonic assault, whatever barrage of many notes and stuff. You know, just fast melodic thrash, and we're really proud of how it came out. So we're glad to share it with you guys.
Very cool. Well, why don't we go ahead and play a track off that? What's the first track? Don't you guys have an intro?
Yeah, there is an intro.
Why don't we play the intro into the first song?
Cool.
What are those called?
Do you want to feel that one?
Anyone?
No?
Anyone? No?
It's, the intro's called Butcher the Living, and then it goes into the next tune called Blood Bible.
I'm happy you
Alright.
knew that.
Well, let's do it. Butcher the living into Blood Bible.
You're listening to the Metal Experience.
We've assembled a collection of bands who have drummers.
I do magic.
Well, it's easy if you try, Dick. Now sit back and listen.
We are back. I am Morgan Danielle with the Chin Hair of Knowledge.
Hi.
Our friends Charlie and Gerard are here hanging out with Bloodletter. And we just heard...
I'm here too, Morgan.
Oh, I know. I just didn't
No,
want to
he's
include
not.
you.
No.
But anyway,
You
that
big
was
jerk.
Bloodletter's intro song called Butcher the Living into the sweet track called Blood Bible.
Bibble.
Off of the self-titled Bloodletter EP that recently came out
In
in
June.
summer.
And where'd you guys record that bad boy at?
The wonderful establishment known as Death Trap Recordings, i.e., my basement, my bedroom, Zach's basement, Tanner's basement, my bathroom.
Lots of basements.
Lots of basements.
So why
bathroom.
is it called Death Trap?
Because in my bedroom, when you try to record vocals or in the bathroom, no matter what you do, it gets hot as shit, and you lose about 5 pounds just from standing there and sweating and yelling and
You
doing
lose
all the weird things.
5 pounds standing in your bedroom?
Dude, it's hot in there. And then when you're yelling your head off, you sweat it out. You schwitz it out.
You schwitz it. So you said this is the third CD you guys released, right?
Yes.
Where'd you guys record the other two?
Same place.
Same places?
Well, the Malignancy EP was done with Death Trap. The first EP we did a different kind of hell. We did at the studio that I used to work out of, Million Yen Studios. We tracked everything there and then mixed it out of Death Trap out of my house. So it's been a fairly consistent DIY approach to the recordings for the most part.
It sounded fucking good
Thanks.
for recording in your bathroom. It sounded great. Your sweaty bathroom.
My sweaty, the sweaty bathroom. Yeah.
Sounded great.
Thanks.
Sounded fucking rocking.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
got a thrust. We got 2 thrusts.
2 thrusts. I give it 2 thrusts up.
2 thrusts and a goblet.
Is it two out of 3 ain't bad like Meatloaf rules?
It's just 2 out of 2.
Meatloaf
2 out of
rules.
2.
Oh, yeah.
Because then I'm done. I'm
Meatloaf
spent.
rules.
Luco's 2 thrust rule. You need no more, no less.
No more, no less. 2,
Sweet.
and then you're spent.
Awesome.
You hear someone woo back there? Whoop. Oh, my goodness.
So let's talk some of your influences individually and as a band. What did you
Now, you guys... Now, Pat, were you also in a punk band before this?
dude?
What's up, dude?
No, it wasn't so much a punk band. It was more like we had a lot of fast notes and melodies, but it still wasn't as intense as Bloodletter, so to say. But you know,
And then Tanner before this, because these two fine-looking gentlemen were in punk bands. You were
Greatly exaggerated statement.
Yep, I was in a punk band with Zach.
so a punk band to thrash metal. I like it.
It's not that much of a difference. It's
What?
just
Morgan,
thrash
now you
is
can go on.
sped
I
up,
just wanted to
Luca.
get the little. Dirk, what did you say to me?
I said punk to thrash metal is not that huge of a difference.
I'm just
man.
asking, brother.
That's where thrash started, was all the punk.
shit.
Don't talk to me anymore, Dirk. I'm gonna go cry in the corner.
Go
Sorry.
ahead. Go fuck
Morgan?
yourself, Lugo.
Back to the original question.
Back to the original. I just wanted the background, just to get the background. So
So what were some of the bands that started you on metal, and then where do you find yourself now with your influences?
So I really like I like to take different aspects from more than a couple bands. I try to anyway. Namely, Fallujah is one of my biggest influences. They have been one of my biggest favorite bands probably since about 2010 when they released their first full length. But I like their approach to their melodic aspect and their atmosphere kind of feel. And then Silosis is another really good one. I really like them.
Did R2 just interrupt you?
I think he was agreeing. That was
That was probably an affirmative
Silosis.
statement.
You know.
Silosis, yes, they have riffs. Beat, beat, beat.
Yes.
Yes.
riffage.
Yeah, there's a bunch of other ones. Like Pantera. They are always one of the bands I love, and I know Tanner loves them the most. Actually,
Tanner's a real cowboy from hell, really though. He is. I don't know. I guess as far as mine go, I grew up listening on really fast punk rock. Like Bad Religion's one of the most important bands to me, and through them I found bands like Slayer and early Metallica's stuff. I'm a huge Iron Maiden fan. They are the masters of power and melody. If anyone contests that, they're wrong. That's science. But wait, are they the kings though?
No, Manowar, Kings of Metal.
Death to false metal.
I said they're the masters of power and melody. I didn't say Iron Maiden were the kings of metal. I was just throwing that out
Because
there.
you would be a liar.
Hey, we're live and on the record. I don't want to be a liar here. So, yeah, Maiden, bands like Slayer, Skeleton, which is probably within I'd say the last 10 years the most influential metal band on me, just because their guitarists Scott and Nate, they just know when a good riff is a good riff, and they just keep building albums of great material off of one riff turning into an entire song. Like Beyond the Permafrost, that record alone, game over. Yep, that record rules. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Also, Hugh Myrone is a huge influence. The king of soft shred.
Just so good.
That guy, if you haven't checked out his guitar playing, you really should, because he rules. Genuinely rules.
What's his name?
Hugh Myrone. It sounds like a made-up bullshit
Porn name.
porn
That's
name.
an 80s porn
Yeah,
name.
but no, trust me. It's like if you wanted the Miami Vice soundtrack and Joe Satriani surfing with the alien mashed together in an 80s car racing video game type feel, that's his jam. And it's all good. I'm not even joking. It's all good. That guy's a perfect guitar player.
All right.
I guess for me, the things that got me into it since I played bass is I was really into ska and jazz when I was younger. So the, I guess a Reef from Protest the Hero, really like that because he's just incredible. Dan Briggs from Between the Buried and Me, he's just absolutely awesome. And I'm going to count them as a metal band. They're probably not, but they got a bunch of riffs. And Brian Robinson from A Wilhelm Scream.
Best band ever.
Rules.
Best band ever.
Zach, drums. The
Lead drums.
drumster.
Lead drums.
Lead drums.
Yeah, I don't know. I started with a lot of punk, post-hardcore, stuff like that. Eventually found Waking the Fallen with Avenged Sevenfold.
So good.
Still a great record.
So good.
And then, the Black Dahlia Murder. And just kept going down that wormhole until, now Skeleton Witch, like Pete said, huge. Silosis, very cool. BT Bam was awesome. Mm-hmm. Just a lot of that stuff when I started getting into metal.
So we're going to go backwards now. Zach, what got you into drums? How do you end up playing drums?
I just thought they were cool. That's basically it. I started playing drums in grade school. Got a kit for Christmas one year and then just never stopped.
Fuck yeah. Tanner? The bass. How'd you start slapping the bass?
Slapping the bass. My old man showed me a Thin Lizzy record, and Phil Lynnett's the man, so that's what got me into it.
Jailbreak.
Boom.
Forever.
Tonight there's gonna
Pete?
be a change.
I actually started on drums when I was a wee lad, and I wanted to play the loudest instrument possible. I started picking up guitar in 7th grade, and I still don't play it all that well, but I keep trying. Being in a band with Jason and now Pat really is a humbling and kind of what's the self-deprecating experience, because it's just I'll never be as good as those dudes, but I just got to keep trying. But yeah, for me, my dad really got me started on drums because he had this awesome big chrome huge mammoth drum kit in the basement of our house, and I was just oh, that's the coolest thing ever. And then drummers like Ringo Starr, Brooks Wackerman from Bad Religion, those guys are the foundation for me. Mickey D from Motorhead, that dude is a beast on drums. And
He's
then
in the Scorpions now.
Yep, he's the man. And then as far as guitarists, there is, Hugh Myrone is a perfect guitar player, but there's really only one answer. It's Yngwie Malmsteen. Yngwie is the
Did you just say
man.
Ted Nugent?
No. I said the guitar player to me, not best riff of all time, which they all seem to think is Cat. Well, Zach and Tanner seem to think greatest riff of all time is Cat Scratch Fever.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I could rattle off a list of other riffs that are way cooler in my opinion.
Give
but
me 14 of them right now.
14?
What riff do we end every show with?
Cat Scratch Fever because it's funny. But
No, because it's perfect. It's better than what we did.
I don't want to give you 14, but that harmonized bridge in Boys Are Back in Town. Let's see. Anything off of Boston's self-titled.
And 12 Cat Scratch Fevers.
Rock and Roll Band by Boston. That riff rules.
You don't really have to give me 14.
Okay, cool, because I was going to really peter out after like 4 or 5 of those things.
Do you wear the
Save my-
leather
So
to
then-
match?
I'm sorry?
Do you wear the leather to match?
What do you,
I don't have any leather on.
I know, but what I'm saying is when you're playing, do you wear like
She wants
leather
to know.
get up?
What a
No, I
weirdo.
don't. I wish
Assless
I
chaps.
wish I could
Assless
pull it
chaps.
off.
Assless chaps is really what I was getting. at,
Nearly
yes.
don't have anywhere near the nice enough butt to pull that off.
The-
so
the
I'm just
gluteus
gonna pass.
maximus.
Nope.
So, Pete, what made you decide? All right, I'm gonna do vocals, doing the screaming. Now, were you doing vocals in the previous band?
I was doing vocals and bass and vocals and drums, but then I moved to vocals and bass. For Bloodletter, it was I'd always wanted to play guitar in a band while I was playing drums, and as far as the Bloodletter arrangement lineup happened, it was out of
Yeah, I wasn't going to do it.
yeah, Zach wasn't gonna do it, so it was out of like, well, fuck, all right, I guess I'm gonna have to do it, and it was terrifying in the beginning. It was fucking awful. I genuinely was just standing up there with a guitar in front of people and having to move my mouth and make things and words and sounds come out of it was genuinely the most horrifying experience of my life. Now it's not as bad. It's still pretty fucking nerve-wracking, but it's not as bad. Like, I don't have a panic attack or anything before shows, which is all right, so I'll take it.
Any influences when it comes to vocals?
Mila Petrozza of Creator, Tom Araya from Slayer, because I'm not going to be able to pull off like a Trevor Strnad scream from Black Dahlia Murder, and I can't sound like any of the old stalwarts of death metal, so I kind of liken it more to like yelling and barking like angry things at people, and it just kind of was how it naturally happened. I was just like, all right, I'm going to yell into a microphone, and that's what came out, and I was like, cool, I'm going to just have to stick with it. So,
Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect.
Nothing
Pat?
too crazy.
Oh, where do I start?
From the beginning, sir.
Oh, thanks.
I want for the middle.
Yeah, all right, the middle. That sounds good.
Can we just skip to the end?
Yeah.
All right. I stopped playing guitar at the end. No, it's probably back in early junior high. I was just kind of doing jack shit around the house, really, and I just came across a guitar in my dad's closet that he got from his brother, who won it in some contest in a local music store in the 80s or 90s, whatever. So I just whipped out the guitar and started playing it. I actually started playing it with my thumb because I didn't know how the fuck to play it. But eventually just, ever since that day, because I played it for, hours that day and knew I was going to keep playing for a while. So it was, ever since that day, it was a passion. So, yeah.
So then how'd you get into the metal music from this guitar you found in the closet?
It's a very wonderful journey. You find one band, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, if you like this one, oh, well, these two kind of have some similar aspects, and then those two have, it just keeps branching.
These 4.
Exactly.
16.
Yeah, it was like junior high. It was like Mudvayne and Korn and Linkin Park and Bullet from a Valentine, Avenged Sevenfold, and now it's
Heavier.
Yes, it's branched out from there very, very far
It
and
went
wide.
from, so to get this right, it went from what, like Linkin Park to Brain Drill, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Sweet.
It's connected dots.
Yep.
Hybrid Theory turns
And then
to grind.
Celine Dion. It would be the next.
And then just sleep. Yeah.
Yep.
Gotta go back.
Very cool. Very cool. Why don't we go ahead and play another track off of the self-titled EP? What's the next track you guys want to play for us tonight?
I think if we're going in order off the EP, I think the next one's Murder Suicide.
Awesome.
Which we just dropped a video for, too. So if you want to watch it while you listen to it, totally should.
Where can everyone find this music video?
YouTube, our Facebook page, my computer if you want to come hang out and watch it on my screen or any of our houses.
I'm here to watch the music video on your computer.
Oh, what's your address? We could.
Yeah.
I'll tell you off air.
8675309, right?
Yep. Yep. Exactly it.
Sweet.
Jenny.
This is all right. So Murder Suicide. And I'm going to check out the music video while we're playing the track too, and we'll come back in. We'll talk about that bad boy. All right, Murder Suicide off the self-titled EP. This is Bloodletter.
Hi, I'm Morgan.
And I'm Ian.
I'm Derek.
And we are the Most of Me.
Stay tuned for our new EP, Quantum, and you are listening to
The Metal Experience.
Woo! Oh, man, that was some good stuff. We just heard Murder Suicide.
Well, we actually just watched a video.
We actually watched it by Bloodletter. I am Luca Blaze with Morgan Danielle, the chin hair of knowledge. Charlie's hanging out over there. Gerard's over there. Hey, from One Still Wound, bassist to One Still Wound. It was his birthday the other day. Happy birthday, Gerard.
Woo, woo.
I bought him a kitty cocktail. I hope you enjoy that. Cheers,
Emphasis on the phlegm.
Cheers, my friend. And we just watched the Murder Suicide video for Bloodletter. Give me a little bit of detail. So obviously, the listener didn't watch that video.
They watched it with us in spirit.
What's that video? What was going on in that video? Give me a little definition of the video. Tanner?
Well,
I play bass.
Yeah, I play bass. We're not wildly outgoing humans.
If we put
What are you talking about? This has been a wildly outgoing interview so
well,
far.
if you put us in front of a camera,
we're 3 beers deep. So
you guys are
3 beers.
No, Pete also drank beer. Jen, if you're listening, he broke his promise.
He's pounding
He lost
beer.
his
Yeah,
bet.
He's trying to throw me under the bus. This is my 3rd club soda with lime.
Slamming club sodas.
See?
So Ryan Linich, who was kind enough to do the video for us, really kind of worked around what we felt comfortable with. So we did just a performance video. It's just a dark room, like single lighting.
But it started out, you guys, in the band room. And then you guys like messed up a little bit at the beginning. I think I started jamming, and everything
no.
went black, and you guys were.
We were playing Cat Scratch Fever.
Oh, were you?
Yes.
Like, okay.
We were running the Nuge's greatest contribution to the world, and then through time and space, we transported into this dark room and aggressively played our music, and then at the end of it, we were transported back safely to the comfort of Zach's basement.
It was pretty cool. So, like, at the end of the song, Pete, you, like, wake up and you, like, open your eyes and you're like, oh, shit.
Well, it's like
Back in the
a
basement.
headbang-induced mini coma, and then you come back out of it, and then wham! So through the power of headbanging, you can give yourself a concussion, a coma, and some really cool dreams.
Sweet.
Yep.
And
Good
some,
advice.
Some badass music.
Some badass wham.
Thanks.
And a
Yep.
sweet solo. Was that your solo? Or
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff, brother. I thought you said you weren't that good at guitar.
Like I said, it takes me 2 months to write a solo.
Well, 2 months, well worth it. That was fucking rocking.
Thank you.
Pete, we'll listen to some of your stuff a little later.
You mean
Pat.
Peta?
Pete, Pat.
Pat. Pata.
All right, well, it's about that time.
It's never that time.
It's right about that time.
It's always that time.
Time to sit back and relax and listen to the one that the metal gods themselves gave us. It's time for the heaviest of them all, the chin hair of knowledge.
Hey, Luco.
Oh, yo, what's up?
Tour news, random news.
Can we do miscellaneous news?
Yeah, sure.
No, tour news.
Okay. So, Vader,
Oh, I like Vader, yes.
they have announced a U.S. tour.
Okay.
Begins in Baltimore, Maryland on the 26th, which
That-
is
that
Maryland
doesn't-
Death Fest for
it
me.
doesn't matter.
But I'll be seeing them in Maryland Death Fest.
When does it come around where I can see them?
June 14th at Reggie's.
Nice. Who are they playing with?
Internal Bleeding, Sacrificial Slaughter, Voice of Ruin, and Macabre.
Oh, Macabre.
It's not macabre. It's not macabre. It's macabre.
Oh, a different band?
MICAWBER
Oh.
Those dudes rule.
from
Those guys
Wisconsin.
are- yeah, practically Canada, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Wiscan.
Bang your fucking melons, just like Leighton tells you to.
That was good.
All right. So some Vader. Sweet.
Yes. And then Morbid Angels announced a tour
Okay.
with Suffocation, a Revocation, and Withered. And that's going to be June 3rd at the Metro.
The Metro. Okay. Okay.
And then this band called Seeker has announced a tour with the Grind Mother, which
Grind Mother.
Oh, the one with the grandma?
Yeah, the
Trash?
83-year-old
Yeah.
grind.
What was it?
vocal-
Animal Mother?
Yeah.
Animal Mother.
That could have been us.
Yeah.
That could have been you
So,
guys.
yeah,
It
Grind
could have been.
Mother.
You guys could have been something, and you guys could have been Animal Mother.
We blew it.
We blew it by picking a decent band name. Shit.
Yeah, so it's an 83-year-old doing grindcore.
She's 83.
How is she going
or
to handle
older.
doing this tour?
It's
Damn.
only like
What do you
they're only
mean?
on
With
there
the
for like
magic
2
of
weeks.
being a grandma.
What do you mean, or older?
She might be older than 83. I don't know.
They don't. She was like, "Listen, I'm either 83 or I don't know."
Well, they don't. We don't technically know her age, so I'm
Well,
going to say.
how do you know
83.
83?
I'm just taking a wild guess. It's the
Derek
grandmother's
estimated
age.
by the wrinkles in her face.
Yes.
Is that like the rings in a tree when you chop it down?
Yes.
I think 83 is a little much.
Yes.
I don't
Well,
think an
all right.
83-year-old could handle 2 weeks of touring in a van with dudes.
All right. Well,
Well, she's with her like grandson. That's who's the guitar player in the band. So it's
Sweet.
Seeker, Grindmother, and this band called Worm, which is WVRM.
that's
Verm.
Varm.
The
yeah,
Verm.
The Verm, yeah. And that's gonna be March 6th at Reggie's.
Okay. Okay.
And then this one's for you, Luco.
Yes, I thought the first one was for me.
Def Leppard, Poison, and Tesla.
Nice.
Good tour.
There's gonna be a lot of old cougar snatch there.
It's gonna be a lot of hair. Just all that teased out hair.
June 24th at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater in Tinley Park.
Yeah, we could take you for your birthday. Yeah. You want to go see some Def Leppard?
Yeah, you
Pour
want to go
some
see
sugar
Def
on me?
Leppard?
Wait, that's Phil Collin, who plays lead guitar in Def Leppard, right?
Yeah.
That guy's
Yeah.
the man.
Is that the weirdly jacked dude? That's like.
And it's also the drummer that doesn't have an arm.
Yeah, what's What's got 9 arms and rocks?
So yeah, yeah, you could go see some Def Leppard.
All right.
And you could go see some Bret Michaels.
All right.
Yeah, that's almost about it. Yeah.
That's almost about it for tour news.
Yeah.
What?
What do you
Well,
got?
the only other
wait.
thing would be that Chicago Open Air, which Morgan kept talking about all day, every day. So it's
Since yesterday.
July 14th through to July 16th. And it's like Rob Zombie, Slayer, Meshuggah, my favorite Body Count, and Pig Destroyer.
Ice-T rules.
I met Ice-T.
Is he a nice dude?
Oh, yeah.
Here
I'm
we go.
Infinitely jealous.
I got called an original
the story
gangster.
that Derek has told at least 8 times already.
Yeah.
on
And at the
this
time,
show.
I was 22, and was like, I'm 22 and white. How am I original and how am I a gangster?
Don't question it. If
Don't
Ice-T
question- if
told
Ice-T,
you,
all right.
that's all the cred you need, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Ice-T's
It's
the
like
man.
It's like being knighted.
Yes.
That's better than being knighted, I think.
That's being OG'd.
Yes.
OG.
Yes.
Who called me an OG? Who was calling me OG, Luco?
No one. That does never happen.
No, there was some band that called me an OG, remember?
They must have been drunk.
Was it Offspring?
Vanilla Ice?
No, it was a local band,
The
okay?
original
Oh,
pranksters.
yeah, the original pranksters called you an original gangster.
Sure.
With
why not?
Redman?
I would love that.
Oh
So,
my
yeah.
goodness.
Would be cool.
Okay, so yeah, that's going to be a big festival. Okay.
Yeah.
A festival.
Continue, Derek.
That's about it.
All right, what do you guys for some random news?
Morgan might be interested in this.
Oh yes.
The former vocalist of Die Hard is Murder, CJ McMahon,
Is back in the band.
he said that he had drug problems. He was a broke musician and had some issues to deal with
So
alongside getting married.
the issue of why he
issue
quit
was
the
getting
band is
married?
he had no money that he claimed he didn't have before from making money in the band because he was using it on drugs.
Yeah, but now he's back in the band as like the regular
Because
vocalist
he needs
again.
money for drugs.
Nice. I hope he gets enough money for drugs.
Yeah. Good for that.
I hope he gets enough money.
But I'm glad
to
he's
get
back
clean.
because honestly,
To get
that dude is
The
Clean.
a
money
sick vocalist.
that he needs for whatever he needs to do.
Yeah.
Continue, Derek.
If he needs drugs, then yeah. If he
That's
wants
it.
to not have
That's,
drugs,
that's all
then-
you had?
That's it.
Really? Okay.
Why?
In other
I'm just
news,
wondering.
Chemist is going on a tour with Oathbreaker.
Ooh.
I think they're hitting up Sub T in like April. If
April
you're-
5th, actually.
Yeah, if you're into like Thin Lizzy-esque doomy stuff, everyone
is
should
that
check
on
out
your
Chemist.
list?
Yes, actually, that is.
Oh,
on
did
the
you
but you
list.
not
said it was
announce
done.
Woo!
You said your list
I
was
thought you
done.
said you didn't have
He
any
picks
more.
and
Well,
chooses
not
what he
normally
wants to do
people
on his
know
list.
about like some bands, so I just like go around.
Obviously, these guys know about some
Listen,
bands.
they obviously know about some bands, Derek.
Yes.
I've never heard of any.
Would you like to continue?
I don't have any other news to
That's
contribute.
all you had.
I read that when I was walking from the giant parking mausoleum here, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
Elmhurst has a lot of those. We have
Awesome.
like 8 of them. It's
You
stupid.
walked from a mausoleum?
It's a giant parking garage when no one was walking around. It was dead silent. I was like, "Oh, this is creepy."
You could hear
Oh.
a pin drop.
Pretty much.
And you brought a band tonight, Derek. What did you bring for us?
Well, I don't know if you guys know about them.
I do. Actually, I do.
This band called Onslaught.
Oh, yeah, we played with those
we
dudes
played with
once.
those dudes.
Was that the one with Neil Turbin?
Yeah.
And Stryker was also on the
Reggie's.
show.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Empire. Or no.
Small world going on.
Yeah, because
right
I saw Onslaught with Empire of Evil, which is the former dudes of Venom
Nice.
many years ago.
Nice.
Many moons ago.
Yes.
And what do you got?
The song's called 6 fucking 6.
Okay. And what is it off of?
Their album 6.
And
layup.
what type of music is Onslaught?
Just thrash.
All right. Well, let's listen to some fucking Onslaught 6 fucking 6 off the album 6.
You're listening to the Metal Experience.
We've assembled a collection of bands who have drummers.
I do magic.
Well, it's easy if you try, Dick. Now sit back and listen.
And we are back. That was my pick of the week.
What was it?
It was Onslaught with the song 6 fucking 6 off the album 6.
Is it their 6th album?
Yes, actually it is.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm Luke Blaze, Morgan Danielle. The Chintier of Knowledge, we just heard his pick. We got Charlie sitting over there, hanging out.
Rocking out.
We're still rocking out here with Bloodletter. And you guys got, how many shows? You got some shows coming up? Tanner, I'm looking at you, babe.
Sorry. Yeah, we have 3 shows lined up right now.
All right. Give me the deets.
What are they? I want the third show.
The third show, you got it. March 4th, we're playing The Feed in Kankakee with Wanderers out of Texas, as Monuments out of Normal, Illinois, Alethea, I don't know, and Spring, also don't know.
Alethea are good guys. We've had them on before.
Sweet.
Nice.
What's number 1?
Number 1, we're playing January 30th at Reggie's with Methadris from Italy.
What?
And Beyond Death.
Nice.
Beyond Death is awesome.
Yeah, very pumped for that show. It's going to be rad. And then we also play February 3rd at Kraken Cakes in Lake Forest.
Kraken Cakes.
I don't have any information because the promoter has got me nothing. So,
But you guys are just playing a venue called Kraken Cake.
Might just be us. Kraken cakes. So
It's
it could
just
be
you
like
guys.
Like a
cake
kraken?
made of a giant squid, or crack in cakes, like crack and cakes.
Crack cocaine.
We got some more of that.
Peanut butter crack and cake.
Crack in the cake?
Crack cake frosting.
it's going to be us playing Cat Scratch.
I
Fever
could
for
almost
3
think
hours.
Guar playing a song called "Crack in the Cake" instead of "Crack in the Egg."
Sweet.
Probably.
So you guys, when we were shooting the shit in between the songs and stuff, you guys have played with some pretty cool people. What is yours guys' personally favorite show you guys have played so far? And any embarrassing moments during said live shows?
Shit.
Poop.
Probably like
Craptastic.
I don't know, Pat. You can't. You got an answer. Right?
I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool when your finger tried totally sabotaging your your playing on our last show.
Oh, that sucked. Yeah.
Yep.
New Year's Day, I'm making breakfast with the Mrs. and her roommates, and sliced into my index finger on my left hand real bad. And I was like, oh, wait, we have a show in like 4 days. Let's see what happens. So I kept super gluing it shut and like trying to clean it and like disinfect it. And I thought it was going to hold. So before the set, I put on like 4 more coats of super glue.
Why would you do that?
Because it's an antiseptic and it'll glue your shit shut. So
Playing guitar.
for the most of the set, though,
Nope.
it was doing really well. And then this dude got like video of us playing that song, and there's a moment that Zach pointed out, the exact face I made where I'm like, look, that just ripped off my finger.
Oh,
That sucked.
Ew, 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 ew.
Definitely played some wrong notes.
I actually just saw August Burns Red Friday, and the guitarist actually chipped his whole fingernail.
Ew!
It chipped his whole nail that night, and they actually super glued it back on.
There you go.
Live?
Super glue. That's the way to do it.
so then you had to fit. Were you bleeding all over the place?
No, actually, the super glue that seeped into the cut was good enough to hold it, but it was very painful.
Raw?
How's your
Yeah.
finger doing?
The boo-boo is gone now.
All right, that's
Luco could throw kisses for you if you'd like.
That was pretty bad. I think my favorite show was the DRI show last year at Reggie's. Even though we were playing as a trio, it was just packed. People were getting into it. We had some top 10 mosh moments going on. Got plenty of wedge. Once we got the monitor send thing figured out, had some good stage banner, and had the guys in DRI, and everybody seemed to dig us, so that was fun. I don't know. What about you guys?
I would say my favorite show we've played is there's a DIY venue in Chicago called the Fallout, and
I don't know Fallout.
we played on Halloween.
Oh yeah,
We had incredible costumes.
Yeah.
And
What was the costumes?
I went as a lifeguard. No fun.
I was a
would
wizard.
If you had any fun, I'd blow that whistle. Zero fun.
I was a
Lock
great
it up.
white shark. And Jason, when he was still in the band, he was a meatball, and his girlfriend was a plate of spaghetti.
Nice.
So,
That's
so it was
original.
like Jason was like the biggest fattest fuck made out of like bubble wrap and shit, and he had his guitar almost like parallel to the floor because he was so fat he couldn't play it properly, but he still managed to play it right. So that was sweet.
Yeah. And the dudes from Pat's old band rode each other the entire time on like the shoulders.
Oh yeah,
got wildly dangerous. It was awesome.
What? Yeah, because here's question for you guys. What's the most metal thing you can do at a show?
The Scream Slayer.
No, ride another man into battle.
Bingo,
Perfect.
correct answer. So when we
Freddie Mercury riding Darth Vader.
no, that would be awesome if that were
That would be
that'd be the
very
best.
cool.
That you'd win any battle with that combo. But yeah, you encourage people to
That
do
happened.
stupid shit at your shows. It's all about maximum fun. So you get somebody to jump up on someone's shoulders, run around in the pit, see what happens.
That Halloween show might also be my favorite because there was like a 6-year-old kid on my drum riser with me, just headbanging, just horns up, just going at it. I didn't know what to do.
Did you know this 6-year-old?
No, I sure didn't.
You just look down and you're like, hey, buddy.
Oh yeah, he was.
Don't get
He was
hit.
doing his thing.
Wrecking his neck.
That's
He was
awesome.
racking his neck. He was doing his thing, and you guys were doing yours.
Uh-huh.
Pat?
I'd have to say probably when we drove up to Detroit, played in this dude's backyard for MRSA Mania. It was a lot of fun. There was a beehive there that just got like torched, lit on fire, beaten to
Nuked.
shit, nuked, right 10 feet from the stage.
Oh shit!
So
That was pretty cool.
it was a good time.
Tanner
Yeah.
got stung.
Yeah,
Tanner, you got stung?
right in the fucking lip. That was
in the lip,
hilarious.
Jeez.
Bit swell.
No.
Wait, but a bee landed on your face?
Yeah, it just stung me. It was a big dick. I don't know what to tell you.
It's a big dick.
It was Big Dick B
PDB
from that
for sure.
Pokemon Go, stinging Tanner's face.
Oh my goodness! Oh, we got a bunch more tracks to play for you guys. Why don't we go ahead and play another track? We played the first three. You guys want to just keep going in order?
Yeah.
All right.
I gotta remember the track. I think the next one was Anathema.
I believe you are correct.
I hope I'm correct.
You are correct.
Yeah, I remembered stuff.
What does that mean?
It's a general disdain and hatred for the entire world around you, essentially.
That sounds accurate.
Perfect. And what is that called again?
Anathema.
Anathema. All right, Anathema off of the self-titled EP. This is Bloodletter.
Hi, I'm Brandon.
Hey, I'm Ben. We're from Snowberry, and you're listening to The Metal Experience.
Woo! And we are back. We just heard Anathema by Bloodletter off the self-titled EP.
Derek, I'm so proud of you stepping up and coming into commercial
good.
all the time now.
So
The
good.
EPs.
That was Derek, Dirty D, as some of us call
The
him.
chin hair of knowledge.
Luca Blaze with Morgan Danielle. Rocking out. We just heard another badass track by Bloodletter. And we were talking about...
Smash Mouth.
Smash Mouth.
Who
and
knew that was still a thing?
You got some
God
ridiculous patches on
damn
the
it.
vests. We got the pizza pentagram, the pizzagram,
Pizzagram for life.
Pizzagram.
and then you got the tramp stamp. Tanner, nice. Tanner's got the
What's
tramp
Smash Mouth?
stamp.
Wait, you
of
actually
Smash
have a
Mouth.
tramp stamp?
It's on his vest. You didn't see
Oh,
it?
I thought you were
vest
going to
tramp
lift
stamp.
up your shirt and show us your lower backside.
It'll get there.
It'll
What
So-
do you think of this myth of the singer Smash Mouth being also Guy Fieri and the singer
of ICP?
ICP.
Whoop whoop.
Plausible.
Plausible.
Have you seen them all in the same location at the same time?
I hope you guys didn't have any plans for the rest of this radio show because that's all we're talking about.
Ooh.
Woo, 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 woo.
There's two things I absolutely love.
Tanner's bringing it.
It's Smash Mouth
Oh, my gosh.
and ICP culture.
He's not. I swear to God, though,
Fago.
he's not kidding. He's
Okay.
watched.
Yeah, we
So
got Fago
Tanner-
in our
Tanner,
merchandise.
Tanner, let me ask you a
right
couple
now.
questions.
As
The
she-
first question. What's your favorite Smash Mouth song?
I can't pick one. They're all wonderful. The first two records were incredible.
How many records did they put out?
I think they're at 5.
What?
Yeah.
I thought they had that one CD that had that one song, and that was
All-Star.
it.
You're probably talking about Astro Lounge.
I
It's
don't
a
know.
good record. The first two before, they were like more ska punk rock stuff, but
I
they're all
might.
good.
He might be convincing me to try to pick up another Smash Mouth record.
Another you own one?
No. I mean, like
You
pick-
own one. It's
pick
fine.
up to listen to it again. Like get it from the library.
You've
and put
listened
it
to
on
it
my CD.
before?
I had Astro Lounge at one point in my life.
We were all
would.
like sixth,
We were all
sixth
that
grade
way.
at one time.
Okay, but continue. Your favorite song?
I
Can't
don't-
pick one?
I don't have one. They're
Okay.
just
All right.
they're all incredible.
Favorite album?
Also won't pick. They're all incredible.
Still haven't convinced me if you're lying on this obsession.
Okay,
but-
what was the
okay.
question number 2?
The second question was, what is so appealing about ICP culture to you?
Whoop whoop. Go on YouTube. Watch.
Uh-huh.
There's a documentary called American Juggalo.
I saw it. It's
Oh my
hilarious.
gosh. It's a documentary?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like
Yes.
this dude just goes to the gathering, which is one
Would-
thing I'm gonna do before
In
I
Cave and
die.
Rock, Illinois, but now it's moved.
Yeah, and
Oh
it's
my
just like
gosh.
he goes around and it's not like he's a juggalo or anything. He just goes around and just films it, and it's
Uh-huh.
incredible.
He asks
What's so
juggalos
incredible
and
about
juggalettes
it?
about their lifestyles.
I'd like to preface this by I don't like ICP. They're trash. It's a bad band, but everyone that likes ICP, there's just a whole group. I don't know.
They
They're
think
just
you're better than everyone
they're
else.
just so weird. I can't get enough.
Maybe.
Have you ever
You know what, Tanner? If you want an insight to this, maybe Luco can hook you up with his cousin and her boyfriend who go every year to the Juggalo Fest.
That's what I want to go.
You want to go? We'll be like,
They
hey,
go.
I got a guy.
I would also.
We'd be
attend
like,
this.
Yeah.
hey, we got
Exactly.
a couple
Hey,
guys.
me too.
Here's
They
the
need
thing.
me inside. They need
They-
to go with a
they
Juggalo for the
get-
full experience.
they
A
get
juggalo and a
some-
juggalette.
yeah.
They get some decent bands though.
They
play.
do. That's
Oh,
what's
yeah,
so
it's not-
surprising.
I think
They've
Suicide
had-
Silence is playing this year.
what?
Suicidal Tendencies has played. Guar's played.
Vanilla Ice for show.
Vanilla Ice has played. Cypress Hills played.
Slipknot, right? Right? Maybe.
No.
I don't know.
Right, baby.
Maybe back when Vermilion came out.
We actually did a Christmas card this year.
I saw that. It was awesome. I wish I got one.
Where me and Zach did
I-
Juggalo paint because we're not as hardcore.
Oh my God! Pull this up. I need to see this picture.
will.
I'll get it for you right
Okay,
here.
okay, Morgan.
No, he's gonna.
He's got
gonna
it.
Do it for you.
Yeah, Happy Holidays from Bloodletter was an idea we were toying with for a while. We'd wanted to do something for Thanksgiving, but then we're just like, no, fuck it. We got to do a Christmas card. So from left to right, you have Pat grabbing Zach, who is also Buddy the Elf, grabbing his junk. I'm King Diamond,
Oh my
and then you
gosh,
have
it's
Shaggy
awesome.
Too Dope and Violent J.
It was hilarious.
And it's our holiday Christmas card.
So maybe if you want to play around with this idea this year, you should make a calendar and release it next year.
That's exactly what I've been trying to get us to do.
Guys, the calendar industry needs metal.
The calendar
I'm
industry
telling you.
needs...
Luco, let me fucking see.
Sometimes you just own a Buddy the Elf costume, you know?
Sometimes you own a Buddy the Elf costume, and your bassist's wife does a really rad job with makeup and face paint.
Nice.
And she's just like, all right, which two of you morons are going to be ICP? And
She knew.
and which two of you are gonna do some cool shit.
So Pat, you're from a black metal band? Are you
Abath?
Abath?
Yep.
Nice.
Perfect.
That's fucking hilarious. That's awesome.
So this year you just gotta accumulate a bunch of costumes and figure out who's gonna be what for every
That's
month.
not hard.
Come on, guys. I'm telling you.
Zach's winning the costume.
That makeup looks really fucking good in that.
Yeah, Tanner's wife Jen does awesome work.
Next year I want a Bloodletter calendar on my wall.
We're gonna make that happen.
A full calendar.
Good. I want a full calendar with all your goofy
We
costumes.
each get 3 months to do something really weird.
I really like this idea.
Dibs Halloween. Dibs Halloween. That's all I care about.
My goodness.
It's Halloween in every month. Let's be honest.
Yep, that's it.
1 month we're dressing up as Smash Mouth.
That's your choice, Tanner. You have
be Guy Fieri?
3 months to yourself, and if that means spring is Smash Mouth, then that's Tanner.
Oh my goodness, that's
You
hilarious.
can recreate the Astro Lounge cover.
There's no people on that.
Yeah, there's nobody there.
No, it'll just be. No, it'll be. Hold on, Luco. It could be. It could be the Astro Lounge cover as long as it's got that face floating in space.
There we go.
That face floating in space.
There's no people on that cover. That was the fucking. Oh my goodness.
I still question my
I'm not
Smash Mouth
gonna lie.
knowledge.
It's been a while since I've seen the cover.
Come on, Morgan.
Let's play.
I need to relive my
Smash
childhood and go
Mouth.
back
All right.
and see what Smash Mouth was all
Let's
about.
play another Bloodletter track. Let's just keep going. You got
You guys could always cover Smash
six.
Mouth later
There's
on.
6 total tracks on this CD.
Seven.
I think it's
Seven?
7. So then the
So
next.
6 and 7 go together. You say.
Yes. Well.
I'd-
Yeah,
I'd
because
open
6
up
is
the
an
pit
interlude
for
that
it.
goes into 7. But yeah, the next track is Into Oblivion.
Okay, and then also you said that the intro track is. What was that? You said full circle.
So if you like your epic metal album experiences, we totally ripped off a page from the or ripped out a page from the Iron Maiden playbook, and if you put Butcher the Living and Feast of the Dead together, you have one song. So we're like, it'd be cool to bookend our record with that idea. So we did. So the rest of the record after Anathema goes from Into Oblivion into our interlude track, Condemned, which was something that Jason and I were working on, where we were just like, man, Carcass had that awesome intro on their comeback record. Surgical Steel, record of the year that year for me. And they had that awesome intro. We're just like, damn it, we want to do something like that, but what can we do that makes it different? And Jason goes, put a third guitar harmony in there. So that's what we did, because that's what we do. We try to put in more notes where we can. We're a great dollar per note ratio band. We're good value for your money. If you spend $10 at a show, you're going to get like 80 million notes guaranteed. Guaranteed. So yeah, it'll go Into Oblivion, Condemned, and then into Feast on the Dead.
So all 3 of these songs at once.
All at once.
Okay.
So we're playing all 3 of these.
Yes.
If you want to.
Yes, we are.
You said they lead into each other.
They don't all flow.
Threefer.
Yeah, it's a threefer.
We're doing
You
it.
guys want to do a threefer?
We're doing all 3.
We got more music to play after
Oh,
this,
absolutely.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why
well,
I'm
then
doing
fuck
it.
it. We'll do a threefer. What were
I don't
those?
think we've ever
We got
done a
Into
threefer.
Oblivion, and then
Condemned,
and then
Feast on the Dead, or Feast of the Dead. I can't even remember my own title. Is it Feast of the Dead?
Feast on the Dead.
Feast on the Dead.
Feces on
Yeah,
the
because we
dead?
like eating people.
all right.
It's about stealing a man's power.
Yep, all about stealing
Brutal.
power.
All right, here we go. Off of the Bloodletter self-titled EP. Here is the rest of the album. 3 songs.
Threefer.
We've never done a threefer before.
First time for everything. Here's Bloodletter.
Tear down this facade and end the masquerade. That there's something for us after we pass. Most will see
And now, back to the metal experience.
Did you say hookers and blow?
No, I said the metal experience.
That's not nearly as good.
It's a party up in this bitch. What? That's right. Ham.
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 Bone.
Morgan, what did we just played a whole bunch
We
of
did.
Bloodletter.
Just a ton of Bloodletter.
What did we just play?
Oh, so good. So some tasty tracks was Into Oblivion, Into Condemned, into the last song on the EP, Feast on the Dead. Perfect, guys. Absolutely perfect.
Perfect.
So
what were those about? Tell us a little bit about the background of those songs.
All right, so Tanner's really excited because I have to answer the last
Are you
two
sure?
anyways.
Because your
No,
nipples are hard. I thought you were excited.
I'm
He's
very
excited. He wants to tell you.
So the overall theme of the record, though, it kind of just flows into like, essentially it boils down to one thing. I was in a really bad mood, and I just kept writing songs about how a lot of the world was just really pissing me off. People were stupid. More and more people get born every day. That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Procreation needs to be slowed down.
Yes.
So I just started hating a lot of stuff. And Into Oblivion, and I'm not speaking for anybody else in the band, but lyrically for me, that was like the one big statement about how I feel about organized religion and about like the afterlife. Like essentially Into Oblivion is, and I introduced it at shows as, hey, this song is about how nothing happens to you when you die. I just think it's like the
Fun
biggest
stuff.
It's the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard. Like,
You go into a hole in the ground.
yeah, that's it, and you go back to dust.
I'm
like
going
that's
to
where
Valhalla.
I'm with Zach. I'm going to Valhalla.
yeah, Valhalla's cool. I think it's an awesome
I'm going
thing
to
to
hell.
think about. Probably we all are, if there is one. And then Condemned is like our interlude track. It gives everybody a break, and then it sets up Feast on the Dead, which so it started with Jason when he was still in the band with us. He and I were watching a lot of X-Files, perfect show, and there was a specific episode where a town basically hunts down, like they pick one person, they hunt them down, and they roast them on a giant funeral pyre, and then they boil them up and they eat them in the chase for immortality, so that way no one dies. It's
Okay.
awesome. However, we needed to write a half chorus of lyrics for the end of the song, and there's this, this urban legend, as it were, about how to truly take a man's power.
This is a
He-Man?
no.
No, it's not He-Man. This is much worse.
It's a fact.
Okay, so Zach says it's an urban myth, fact myth, whatever you want to call it, and I'll leave it to your imagination, Luco, Morgan, Chimbeard knowledge. I'm going to leave it to you guys. Essentially, you have to perform an act. This was from Jason's stupid brain, and from Zach explaining it to us at one band practice. But you have to perform an act on another human being, probably a man, of some sensual, sexual, or aggressive nature, and then you assume one's
Seriously
power.
thought that was Derek spitting out his
Now,
drink.
here's the best part about this. No one would know that if Tanner basically didn't just strong-arm me into explaining this, because we based off, the episode of The X-Files where you hunt another human being, the deadliest prey, which is the lyric. But according to the fine gentleman seated to my right, they assumed it was about how you have to suck a guy's dick to steal his power. And if Jason were here right now, he would have probably said, nope, the X-Files story is a ruse. It's all about, column B, not column A, which is BS because Jason and I were writing it togetger.
So really, the story's about blowing dudes to gain their power.
Correct, yeah. To them.
The entire record is, yeah.
to those fine gentlemen again to the right of me. The opinions expressed by each individual member of this band do not reflect the mission statement of said band or one of those weird
I
disclaimers.
need to take this visual out of my head now.
Yeah, you do.
This is too graphic.
We all need a mental enema after that.
And no more.
Yes. So, but generally the record is just about how you're reflecting, heavily on what's happening in the world, what happens to you when you come into it and when you leave it, and a general disdain for most people on this planet. Like, I love people and I love making friends, but I think a lot of people are stupid, and that came out in the lyrics for this record.
Amen.
So, yeah, that's where it came from. People suck.
Yeah.
General theme of the record.
That's the
terrible word choice.
That's the most
No, I knew what I
Worst
said.
word choice.
I knew what I said.
the most
knew what I
metal
said.
thing we've heard all
And
night.
then Morgan, you said, man.
Amen. Amen. Preach it.
Yep.
All right, and on that note, Luco, people suck and the world's all doomed. We're all going to hell. What do you have
And
for
dudes
us?
blow each other.
And dudes stealing each other's manpower from blow banging them.
Oh, my God.
I hate everything I just had.
The best part, we never edit the show, so
That's all there.
That's there
forever and
forever.
always. Amen.
This was going so well until Tanner was like,
You're
just
welcome, Peta.
smiling like a happy little kid.
Oh, well, we're a Smash Mouth cover band now, so it doesn't matter.
And we only do power metal.
Damn, Smash Mouth power metal.
Oh my goodness. Well, Morgan, like you said,
You're
it
welcome.
is about that time. Set that shit up.
Now it's time for
Hey, man, look what I found.
Only on the Metal Experience.
All right, this week we have all the way from Finland. The band Preach the Empire, the song Purification. Morgan, start that shit up.
This is not rock and roll!
Goddamn right. This is the Metal Experience. And now back to Morgan and Luco.
All right, we just heard Breach the Empire from Finland. That song
pronounced
was
Finland.
Purification. I'm Luco Blaze, Morgan Danielle,
What
the chin
up?
hair of Knowledge. You're listening
I'm
to the
no-
Metal Experience, and we are rocking out here still with Bloodletter, having a good time, talking about Zach's goats, and getting weird with it.
Getting weird with the goat.
Getting weird.
Praise
Oh.
black and white
So
Cosmo.
what's the funniest, craziest thing your pet goat's ever done?
They're pretty boring, really.
Has
they just
it-
eat a bunch of shit.
What's the worst thing it's ever eaten of yours?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, just a bunch of trees.
Go outside, goat.
I
eat
gave.
them
I
trees.
gave. Was it Betsy? I think I gave her a Cheeto once.
It's like Flamin' Hot Cheetos?
Yeah, Flamin' Hot Cheetos. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, R.I.P. Betsy.
R.I.P.
Did she like them?
I think so.
We'll never
Goats
know.
eat anything, but we'll never know now.
No, she was fine.
She was like- Is that the only thing you fed them? Flamin' Hot Cheetos?
I didn't really. To be honest with you, Zach's parents, when I first started going out to his house for band practice, like, yeah, you can go hang out with the goats. Just don't get like too.
Yeah, they'll eat your clothes and
Yeah, like don't try to pet them too much because they'll fucking bite your fingers off. And I was like, they're goats.
Did you ever feed a goat?
Have not tried that.
That's a little weird.
Yeah, weirdo.
Seeing as
Get a
how the
cannibal
goat
I'll let
is
you know
part
how
of
it
our
goes.
logo, I'm not offended because it's a logo, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you're not a goat.
No, I'm not a goat.
You're not a goat, are you?
Pat's the goat man.
Yeah, the goat man cometh.
No joke.
Whoa.
Yeah, he tries telling us this story. We're playing up in somewhere in way north Wisconsin.
Bumfuck
Merrill.
North.
No, it wasn't Merrill. It was north of Merrill, wasn't it?
Wausau.
Oh, yeah.
Wausau or
Wausau
something.
or Ringgold or
Almost
some shit.
Canada, Wisconsin. And we're driving through the woods, it looked like, to try to get to this venue. And then Pat's just like, oh, this is probably a really good time to tell these dudes a story about, like, this dude who could, like, shapeshift and show up and murder the shit out of
The
you.
goat man.
The goat man. And so then we're sitting in the van, lights off, having a beer. And then Pat just starts making all these crazy noises. And it was very creepy. So since then, Pat is the goat man. He will find you, murder you in your sleep. And then he'll probably clean your house, though, on the way out and be really courteous about it.
My superhero.
Right?
Oh my goodness! Well, we got some more tunes. We got an older track.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And what's this older track called? What album is it off of?
It's Malignancy from the Malignancy EP. It's the one that came before the self-titled.
And where can everyone find all your CDs? Did you release them digitally, or you got hard copies of them?
We had hard copies of Malignancy. Those went, those went kind of on the quicker side. I want to get more of those.
Yeah, we're trying to remix that, right?
Yeah, we're gonna remaster it
Yeah.
and then re-release it. That one and all of our other releases you can find at our Bandcamp, which is bloodlettermetal.bandcamp.com. We have physical copies of the new CD and digital downloads of everything else we've ever released on there too.
Sweet. And you guys got a bunch of merch too. What do you got?
Well, some shirts. Got some good gym shirts here. Perfect for cutting off the sleeves and pumping some iron in the rave, Eagles Ballroom, when you're exploring, as Luco told us.
Perfect.
Got koozies. We're working on patches and more shirts coming up.
We have buttons.
Buttons are on the way. That's right.
Yeah, everything is on our Bandcamp, too.
Yeah, you can also grab merch from the Bandcamp. All support is appreciated. All goes towards the band and helps us bring more goofy, weird shit to the world.
Kick ass.
Yep.
You got to kick ass shit.
Well,
All right.
Yeah.
Macho
Man Randy.
Oh, yeah, macho.
What was that track again that we were playing, Morgan? You got it set up?
Step to a Slim Jim.
You have to tell me one more
Ready
time.
when you are.
We're going to snap into a Slim Jim with Malignancy.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah, macho.
Do it.
are back. I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze.
Where'd you go?
Whoa!
I don't know. Where did I go? Putting on my
Space.
headphones, getting my hair back behind my ears. And we are here with Bloodletter. That last track was called Malignancy. Wow, I said that
It was off
right.
the Malignancy EP, Morgan.
Yeah, it was.
I can't believe you pronounced
That
that
was the
correctly.
titular
I can't
track.
believe it
Luco.
either. It was
How
like-
come we didn't say it was
That was the
magic.
titular track off the
It was
album.
like magic. I feel so good now. Okay, so what was that track about? Was that also about you hating people again?
Was it about the band Malignancy?
No, although they rule. Now, Malignancy was, to not go into too much detail, I'll just say when you're cooped up in your apartment and you are on forced medical leave from work for 3 months, you get really pissed and you write a bunch of really angry stuff. And then your friends come over and they cheer you up just enough.
I ate a pound of cheese.
Yes, that was part of the cheering me up process. No, that was pre-surgery, but still.
It cheered me up,
It
too.
definitely cheered Zach up. But yeah, you sit around and
Do you mind if I come over and eat this pound of cheese?
It was pretty much how that happened. But yeah, just a lot of really just being pissed off and then needing some vehicle to write about it. And then when Jason was hanging out at our place one day, he basically like coaxed me into writing all of the lyrics out for the tune, and that was the way it happened. It was just, I still think it's probably the most aggressive thing I've written for the band, and I'm just, I'm happy with how it turned out. Would I have done it any differently now in hindsight? Probably not. But yeah, so when you're sitting at home, forced medical leave, can't do much, but your friends come by and they're just like, "Hey, what do you want to talk about?"
Cheese.
According to Zach, you want to talk about cheese.
That's a good call. What kind of cheese?
What kind of cheese did you eat?
I
one
believe
pound
it was
of?
a mild cheddar.
It was a mild cheddar that you ate 1.4 pounds of in
Hey,
one sitting.
I've been there before, man. Trust me.
It's delicious.
A pound of cottage cheese.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'm not proud of it, but it was delicious.
I don't think anyone was happy with
I
that.
ate a whole container at lunch.
I'm pretty sure Tanner just threw up a little bit.
No,
It's
I
fine.
love cheese. It's a
No, I love
weakness.
cheese. Cottage
Cheese is
cheese is
amazing.
not cheese.
Yes,
Cheese
it is.
curds.
It's
No,
cottage
What about
it's good.
a pound of
It's good. I don't know about a
Wisconsin
pound of
cheese
that.
curds?
Yes, that too.
God.
They've done
Yeah,
that.
we've eaten so much cheese curds in Wisconsin.
That stuff's the shit.
It's the only reason we're in a band.
Is it for cheese
To hit
curds?
the Mars Cheese Castle
Well,
on our
you're
way
going to
through.
Kenosha soon. That's up on the way. Go for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Perfect stop.
There you go.
And the Bong recreational area.
Oh, yeah.
my God.
Been there.
Oh my goodness. Well, Morgan, you got a couple 2-3 announcements.
I've
Yep.
got quite a few tonight,
Oh
which is
my
good.
What are
God.
these announcements you
All
speak
right.
of?
So if we get through this smoothly, there will be minimal interruptions from you two goofs.
That's not. gonna
Hey,
happen.
it's 6 goofs at the table, not just 2.
I'm worried more about you two than them. Just
I
saying.
don't know what you're
All
talking
right.
about.
We're
So
professionals.
on a serious note, Derek from Gas Prime passed away a couple of weeks ago, and tomorrow is their benefit for Derek for his family. So if you are interested, from 6 to 10 tomorrow, to go to the Lockdown Bar and Grill in Chicago, 25 of the proceeds of donations are going to go to the family, and it will have a whole metal playlist of Derek's favorite stuff, as well as playing some Weird Al Yankovic in his honor. But Derek was a good guy. He was extremely funny, entertained us when he was on with Gas Prime with his voice
I think
impersonations.
he just did a whole segment
He
by
did.
to himself.
He did.
We didn't have
And
to talk. He just did
there's
the whole
a couple
show to himself.
crazy Instagram videos we have of him, and I mean the images weren't great because Instagram was being stupid that day, but he was hilarious. And so you can go on our website under the Gas Prime profile and hear our old interviews with them. But he was a well-known actor from around the area, and unfortunately he's no longer with us. So the benefit is tomorrow, because I don't think they're having a wake. So for those that want to go pay respect to Derek and help out his family, tomorrow at the Lockdown in Chicago is your place to do that. On happier notes, the Doom Room 100th anniversary show is coming up actually in February 18th. We are going to be at Carahan Hall in Indiana.
That's not pronounced right.
Carnahan. Yes, it is. And it is in Lafayette, Indiana. We are sponsoring the show. Luco's band, The Forms They Take, are playing.
I farted.
Alongside our friends in Lucifist and Testimony, Weed Bee, and Tika Arcana. Also playing is The Mound Builders, Edge of Oblivion, Car Door Dick Smash. That's a band,
That's incredible.
guys. I'm gonna try to get them on the show. We're gonna get to know
Car
them.
Door Dick
I
Smash.
split with those guys. That's awesome.
Bizarre Noir, Mines Horizon, Angel Grave, Tendrils Day Sound, and Trash Can are playing as well.
Trash
and then
Can.
a very special second stage is going to have battles for the bands. It's going to be the Sluts versus Yesterday's Chips. And then Fupa Punch versus Distorted Trash. So it's going to be an entertaining evening. And for those that are interested, they do have a package for $20. You get a VIP pass that includes a meal, an exclusive event poster, and a commemorative glass.
I'm going solely for the meal.
So do it. It's a cash bar for those that are 21 and up, and it's a $10 show, but it's awesome. It runs 11 to 4 for tickets if you're interested in going to pick it up at the venue itself. So that's going to be fun. Also coming up on February 24th, there is an awesome show happening with our friends in Sons of Ra. They are going to be playing the Liars Club in Chicago, and they have an awesome deal going on that if you want to pick up one of their CDs on Bandcamp, you'll also get a shirt and a ticket to the show happening. They're playing with Coyote Man and another band that day, so you can head over to the Liars Club and check that show out. Atlanta's Burning did their release earlier last week for Ashes, their EP that they finally put out. We got a copy of that. We opened the show with one of their songs, so definitely check that out. It's a great EP that they have out. So, and they're going to be playing the Spring Fest that we are sponsoring in April.
What?
So in April 22nd at Penny Road Pub, we are going to be sponsoring a huge metal festival alongside Midwest Music Support. We have the downstairs stage that we're sponsoring. That's going to be A Dying Ultimatum, Worm, Bare Knuckle Bullseye. I don't know.
You can tell me.
Whose logo that is.
Who?
I don't know.
What does it look like?
I don't know.
Sound it out.
Two Ton Anvil, Ditchwater, When Night Falls, Consume the Divide, Oblivion Zero is on our stage as well. Yeah, you look at that.
Hey, if you guys were still
Anyway.
Animal Mother, you guys could have done a split with Coyote Man.
And then on the other stage, which is upstairs, you have In the Hour, Reckless Redemption, Wicked Deception, Torn Between, So-Called Saints, Genotype, Modifier, and Atlanta's Burning. And there's another band, but I can't read their logo either. But it's going to be a great show.
sat back down.
Limited tickets are available,
Slayer, right?
and it's
Price
$15
Slayer.
to get in. So
Slayer will be there.
plan to come out to that, and if you're interested, bands that want to get a hold of us.
Freebird.
I'm going to mute mics in a minute. We are passing out stuff at this event, so any bands that want to get a hold of us for us to pass out your stickers, pins, CDs, whatever you got. We always set up a huge table in the basement for people to come and pick up things for free.
Free.
Yeah, it's always packed, so what's nice is that usually when we walk out, there's nothing left on our table. So we're trying to get as much stuff as we can because a ton of people like free stuff, and we want to get your band name out there. So contact us, The Metal Experience at Yahoo, or on our Facebook page, and we can give you an address or meet up with you, and we can help pass out your stuff. There you go. Woo, 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 woo.
Nice.
Couple of bands in need of band members. Beyond Death is looking for a bass player. They are looking with somebody that has touring ability, has a flexible job to do so, and they need you. So Tanner, if you're interested in joining this band,
Are they a Smash Mouth cover band?
they are not.
Nah, I don't care.
No.
He's also too busy doing your new advice column,
That is
so
true.
he can't. He can't take any new gigs.
Tanner,
I
we
think.
won't let you. So anybody that's interested in doing that,
Other than Tanner earmuffs.
it's Beyond and then Death DE period TH.
It's
at
hyphen.
Gmail.
Zach's pretty good.
Hyphen.
It's not in their email, you idiot.
Some bass?
All right.
Bass.
Beyond
Yeah, I can probably do
DE period TH at gmail.com if you're interested in putting your submission in to have a bass
Have
player.
a bass.
How low can you go?
So,
Death row.
You must be 21, have past
Whatever,
stage
really now.
experience, and available for 1 or 2 days a week for rehearsal. So-called Saints have new merch out, so if you're interested, they
No
now
bass
have
required.
beanies, they have koozies, so that's pretty awesome. Go So-Called Saints. Snow Burial, our friends are actually playing in the UK right now, and what's weird is they are morning when we are night. So
What did you say?
So like they're in the AM right now. We're
What?
at night.
They're in the future.
So yeah,
They're
they're
in
in
the
the
future right now?
They're in the future. So they played a couple shows already. The pictures are looking awesome. Head to their Facebook page to see where they're playing in your nearest UK city if you're from the United Kingdom. That's pretty
I am
awesome.
from the United
They're
Kingdom.
only playing shows up through Saturday and then they come back to the States. But good for them for getting overseas. That's
We have
pretty
Snow
fucking
Burial
awesome.
vinyl.
We do.
I was
And
listening to
signed.
the train.
Signed. That's awesome. Also, another awesome show going on this weekend. Our friends in All Famous are playing the Bottom Lounge
I just
in
had some All
Chicago.
Famous tonight.
And that's not the right All Famous. They are playing the Low Dough Diddley Show. Of course, that means that is a take on The Simpsons. And All Famous,
what?
Capital Vices, Davlin, Luca, and Rhino are all playing that. So if you're interested, it's only $5.
$5 buckaroonies.
So that is happening in the city.
5 smackers.
And then, of course, Luco is playing a show Saturday, and that's
That's not
the
happening.
last
Damn,
announcement
Luco's
of the night.
playing a show.
That's not
So
happening.
he is playing with Interdecay, Apacia.
It's okay. You can say them.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Opacia?
Opacia. Wow, I am saying that
No,
wrong.
it's
And
pronounced
it
Apocia.
looks like No Longer Casket Robbery is playing.
Brutal.
I know that they were looking for somebody to play for them, but now it looks like they were taken off of this.
Our
I
new
may
Power
be
Metal
wrong,
Smash Mouth cover band
but
will be filming
why don't
that spot.
you why don't you hit them up, Bloodletter? You should play this show. January 21st, 7 p.m. Penny Road Pub. It's $10, 21 and up. So see you at Penny Road on Saturday.
Penty Road.
Next week.
Panty Road?
Next week we have a band on our show. Of course we do.
What?
Good luck for pronouncing this because I really don't know how.
What is it?
So a while ago, we had a band called Remora on our show. And
Yes.
They kind of all dispersed into other bands, and Tom Monaco was the drummer for that.
Yes.
Well,
He delivered us a pizza
he
and
did.
slammed a beer.
He did.
And then he left.
Now he's in another band
One time
called
he did that.
Nephilim.
Nephilim?
Okay, so it's Nephilim, a melodic death thrash band.
Nephilim.
And they will be on our show tomorrow. Not tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Damn.
Next Tuesday. I'm already thinking it's next week. Next Tuesday, they will be on our show. And then at the end of the month, we are going to have a dual show. 2 bands.
What?
We've only done 2 bands twice.
What?
This time, it's going to be Ditheist and Malice.
Do they fight?
I don't know.
To the
We
death.
can ask them. They seem to
Ditheist
be
and
pretty
Malice.
close friends.
You
They
should
might walk out as not.
You
Ditheist.
should record them at the bowling lanes over here
Oh,
and
yeah?
see who bowls the better game.
A bowl to the death.
Ooh.
A bowl
Yeah,
to the
bowl
death.
to the death.
Bowl.
They got all,
Ditheist.
everybody's got to take a
I like
horizontal
that.
field goal with a 15-pound bowling ball to the sack, and whoever lives wins.
Well, that's a little harsh, but they may
how
be
about
down
first
for
one to get a
that.
turkey like survives?
Yeah, you don't get murdered.
I like
So
these
Ditheist is coming
suggestions.
back.
They are.
Malice.
Malice is a band that they're bringing with them because they are putting out in a split
A
with
split?
them. Yeah.
A splite?
Yeah.
Nice.
A
Greg.
So they'll
Greg's
be
got to
interested.
come and geek out.
They're putting out a
Yeah.
spliff.
So that'll be awesome. So anything that you're looking for upcoming guests and all of our past shows, band picks of the week, all of the reviews from the Crypt, and all of our past Q&A session interviews is up on our website, themetalexperience.com.
.com.
It's updated weekly. I make sure of it. And
.org.
there has recently been a post under the reviews from the Crypt section for a review of the Hive EP that came out recently that Sean did. So that's going to be awesome to listen to if you want to take a look at that interview or review that
Wait,
he did.
what?
Not interview.
What?
He reviewed Hive's EP.
Okay.
Yes.
How can I listen to an interview that he reviewed a CD?
That's not what I meant. I fucked that up. You can read the review.
Look
for
how
the
he
Hive EP.
interviewed us.
There you go.
Okay.
That's all I got. I'm out. Drop the mic.
Boom. Done.
Boom. Done.
He interviewed a CD. He was just asking questions.
Boom.
No
Take the mic
response.
back up.
It wasn't
Back to
answering.
Bloodletter.
Didn't answer any of my questions, so there's nothing here.
Just kept going to the next track.
Oh my goodness. Well, all right, Bloodletter. The guys from Bloodletter, we've been having a great time so far. A gay old time.
It's a merry old time.
Merry old time.
We just got a
old
post
time.
from, hey, check out my bands on our comment section. And there is literally a list of 20 band Facebook pages posted in his post.
I'll do 30-second reviews of every single one of those bands for a segment.
Perfect.
Be my guest.
Can
The
we just
buzzsaw.
riff
You-
it right now?
Tanner, you have free
Let's go.
reign of your little segment thing.
Well, that wasn't
Record,
Tanner.
send, we'll
Morgan,
play.
that was not Tanner.
Pete.
Oh,
Tanner,
I'm sorry. I thought he was the one talking because
Pat,
he was looking
Zach.
at me.
Nope, it wasn't.
He's all
I was
okay.
just being polite and looking
Oh,
at the person who's
okay.
talking.
Well, do it. If that's what you want to do for our segment too, Pete, you're in.
Buzzsaw reviews. You get 30 seconds, no more, no less.
Boom! I like it.
Done.
You're done.
Two-pump
You're
show.
in.
Yeah, the two pump. The
Who
two
knew
thrust
that
show.
you guys coming on our show, you would
thrust
be Metal Experience
reviews.
members in 2 hours?
Before you left.
You know? Who knew?
Boom.
Boom. New hosts.
You guys got some shows coming
You guys
up.
can take over for me. It's fun.
What are those
out.
shows again?
January 30th, we're playing at Reggie's with Methadris and Beyond Death. And February 3rd, we're playing at Cracking Cakes. Again, promoter didn't tell us. He's a bad guy.
Just cracking the cakes, though.
Cracking the cakes, though.
Yeah. And March 4th, we're playing the Feed in Kankakee with Wanderers out of Texas as Monuments Fall, Alethea, and Spring.
So then you guys are playing with Beyond Death. Zach, you can see if they'll let you join the band
As a
without
bassist.
as a bassist without the bass.
Lead bassist.
Yeah. Lead bass.
Lead bassist, no
lead,
bass.
Lead air bass.
Lead air bass. Ooh. I play the lead air bass.
The lead bassoon.
Whoa. Never heard that before.
And then you guys
That
have.
might be too advanced for me.
So we're gonna go out playing a track that was released as a single.
Yep.
When was that released?
It's
Give me the
pronounced
details.
single.
That was released just before Halloween to debut Pat's arrival to the band.
Hey.
Yep. Pat ripped up a really sick solo on it and helped finish arranging the tune with us so we could make it as epic an entry for him. And it was a lot of fun having him get on the first track, his debut, as it were. So doing that, and then plans for the spring around the end of March, though, we are currently in the process of wrapping up a new EP. This one will probably have some kind of concept to it. It's going to be just a quick 3-song banger just to keep it going.
3-song banger.
Yep. A 3-thrust banger for Luco, and it'll be good times had by all. Lots of notes, lots of fast stuff, lots of weedlies that are harmonized. Be a fun time.
Woot woot.
Just like that.
Oh, yeah.
What's the track called?
And this track from the Halloween release with Pat on it is called Possession.
So it's the Possession single?
It is a single, yes. You can grab that from our Bandcamp as well.
Now, is it Possession because it was released?
No, because Pat became our possession.
Did he become possessed during the track?
Probably.
I don't know. We own him, though. So.
Tanner played Cat Scratch Fever once on his awesome slime green guitar, and then Pat was just like, all right, well, I can't go anywhere else. Might as well riff. That was
I ruined
that.
the guitar, played the best riff. It's mine now.
Yeah, science.
Science.
Look at me. This is mine now.
Any shout-outs?
Yeah, to anybody who's ever come out to a show, hung out, said hey, had a beer with us, bought a CD or merch or whatever, any kind words for the band, you rule. Thank you very much. Definitely want to say thanks to Jason for putting up with our shit as long as he did. Thanks to Pat for jumping in when he did and kind of bringing in some new energy and a new creative attitude to the band. Our families for being as supportive as they are, and praise be Black Phillip. The Witch was a great movie.
Praise be.
Black and White
Praise
Cosmo.
be Black Phillip, Black and White Cosmo. Shout out to you guys for having us on finally. This has
Hell
been a lot of
yeah.
fun.
Thanks to
And,
Deanne for introducing
thanks for
us
coming
to
on.
Yeah,
you guys.
thanks Deanne. Seriously, shout out to Deanne for writing the review.
Oh, yeah.
Praise be Black Phillip.
Yep. Oh, and thank you to Bush Camo Cans, Ted Nugent, and Thin Lizzy. Those are mine.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I would like to. I'd like to thank Fago. I would like to also thank Bush because we won the Golden Can this year. We won a hunting trip.
Really?
I got a picture
we
of
did.
it for proof.
Yeah.
And
maybe we'll go hunting. Probably not.
we're not going to go hunting.
We're going to rack that trophy up like a
You
12-point
know we
buck.
are. And thank you, Tack Gear.
Oh, what about Smash Mouth?
Oh my God! Don't get them started.
I think that goes without saying for Tanner.
No. Come on, they know.
They already know.
Guy Fieri's there just cooking me a meal. saying some Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
Maybe asking how magnets work. He doesn't know.
Yeah, probably not. I would like to thank Manowar for being a huge inspiration and being the kings of metal. Without them, I don't know what I would do.
Real sincere.
I guess I'd like to thank World of Warcraft for the Horde. PC
Fuck
gaming
the
in general.
Alliance.
Yep, fuck the Alliance for the Horde. Loktar Ogar.
I have no idea what he just said.
Awesome. And then also check out the unsigned band pick of the week from Finland, Breach the Empire. Check them out on Facebook. Give them a like. And then the bands we opened up this the show with, Atlanta is Burning. Check out their new EP just out. And check out Reaping Asmodea's upcoming EP also coming out.
Yeah,
very
pre-orders
soon.
are right now on their Bandcamp. It releases February 24th. $10. That's not bad.
Boom.
I'm going to fucking do it on my payday on Friday.
Dang.
Like a boss.
Well, we want to thank you guys for coming all the way out here.
Yes,
thank you so much for having us.
On a school night, hanging out and having a good time. We do have one track we're going out. This is the single that the newest recording featuring
Possession.
Pat.
Yes.
It's called Possession.
Doing some widdly wees and widdly woos.
Lots
and,
of that.
And that.
And turkey calling.
And turkey calling. And Morgan, next week, who's coming on? Morgan?
Nephilim.
Oh, my.
Nephilim?
Nephilim.
Nephilim.
That one right there. I'll learn
Nephilim.
it by the end of next week.
Well, again, thank you guys, Bloodletter. And this track we're going out to listen to, I'm
Possession.
is called Possession.
Possession.
Overhead stones rolling hills of falling